contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a total combined weight of 479 pounds, the team of Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
NXT Arena is jumping. WWE fans absolutely love the frenetic energy of the explosive and dynamic Usos. Tony Luckman and William Regal ringside.
Their opponents, at a total combined weight of 471 pounds, the team of Michael McGillicuddy and Johnny Curtis.
Oh, Custard Foot Curtis. Do you know what a custard foot is?
I don't, but I know you'll tell me.
Look at it. Ooh, what's he doing today? There's always something new going on with him. He's a little strange, let's put it that way.
He doesn't lack for self-confidence, that's for sure. Among his monikers, Dirty Curdy. I guess when you have the last name Curtis, there's a lot of room for creativity. He's certainly creative with the moves. He certainly seems at ease.
Yes.
He'd like to be on a dance floor somewhere, perhaps. Michael McGillicuddy more business-like, coming down the ramp and getting ready for competition.
In the entire WWE, these two young men are the talk of the dressing rooms at the moment, and you know why? They travel together. They're always getting into arguments and scuffles with each other, and it's just non-stop. We hear these stories of the things they get up to, and let's just say it's
Johnny Curtis
intriguing.
Looks like he's ready for a photo shoot,
never know what he's
a
doing.
calendar shoot. Mind you, Michael McGillicuddy is trying to remind him we've got competition. The Usos are an athletic, dynamic tag team, and they are entirely capable of embarrassing Curtis and McGillicuddy if they're not ready. You can see the game face on Michael McGillicuddy, the son of Mr. Perfect, will start off in the ring. Jimmy and Jay Uso have their work cut out for them. Obviously a physical mismatch when you look out there. A hard blow to start things to the back of the neck. How, as a smaller wrestler, can these Uso brothers counter the size and brawn of McGillicuddy and Curtis, William?
Have you got something wrong with your monitor there, Tony? I'm just asking you because the twins here, they're big men. I don't think you're quite looking at them in the right way. They're both 250 or 60 pounds, and they move around, so there's no real size difference. What on earth is Curtis doing?
Johnny Curtis is 6'3", 240 pounds of cardio. Curtis has a personality that is nothing short of unique. That's a very correct way of saying it. Nice way of saying that, yes. I'm trying to be delicate because, oh my goodness, nothing delicate. Oh!
There's nothing delicate about the Uso twins.
Teamwork from the twins. Jimmy and Jay Uso, they think alike, they act alike, and fortunately for their effectiveness, they fight alike from up high. And staggering down, a very cohesive unit, seamless, the kind of chemistry it would take years to develop if they weren't related.
Exactly. Well,
terrific together.
We know that they're the twin sons of the great Rikishi. They grew up in a wrestling family. So from little tiny babies, basically, they've been schooled in the ways of being professional wrestlers.
And now they're getting schooled on fists, pounding away.
But so is this man.
Thundering away, McGillicuddy. Perfect fist from the son of Mr. Perfect, WWE Hall of Famer. Hennig, and what a drop! McGillicuddy with a wild-eyed look. He has come into the ring ready to wreck shop. He's the boss right now. As ineffective as Johnny Curtis was early, that's how effective Michael McGillicuddy has been. The tag, and now some 1-2 action. Curtis now going for the cover. Kicking out, staying alive. The Usos. And Curtis now seems to be focused on the task at hand. He came out here cleaning for this wild and enthusiastic NXT Universe crowd.
We were talking before about the growing up in a wrestling household.
Also
well, this is also.
The Rock.
Yes, they are. Yes, and but this is also something that Michael McGillicuddy's done. You know, he sat on his grandfather's knee, on his father's knee, and he's heard the stories and he's heard the the little ins and outs, the nuances about how to be a great competitor from being a young boy. And that's what makes all of these young men. Johnny Curtis, actually wrestling since he was 15, same as myself.
World-class DNA. He is heir to an unbelievable legacy. Mr. Perfect, obviously a household name. Fans of the WWE remember vividly the exploits of Perfect. And he's flying in! What an escape! That time, a perfect miss by McGill. He is staggered and stunned. Great escape there, and a tag. In comes Jey Uso with a drop. Plenty of energy. Jey Uso, the shoulder block. Ooh, look at this intensity. Immediate impact. Jey Uso dropping McGill to the canvas with emphasis.
The pace quickened when Jey Uso got in the ring and, oh, dear me.
Uso again. Jey Uso's on fire. The impact to the chin. Jey Uso, he is a force right now.
Launching Samoan drop there. And here we see Jimmy about to dive off the top rope with an incredible superfly.
Flying through the air for the cover and the win. The Usos.
Here are your winners, Jimmy and Jey Uso.
A great victory there for the Uso twins.
We have to look at that high-flying finish. Wow, way up high. No chance for McGill. No chance at all.
An incredible victory. Let's not take it away from the Uso Bros, because Johnny Curtis and Michael McGill have formed somewhat of an excellent team the last few months here on NXT. Now then.
Look at this. Staring down, glaring from above, Ascension. The long-standing rivalry between the Usos and Ascension nowhere near over.
Trent Beretta. Riley Pierce. Huge win over Cassius Ohno last week, which puts you in the contention for Seth Rollins' NXT Championship.
Hey! What's going on there, Trent Beretta?
What's up, Cassius?
It's Cassius.
Okay.
You got that smug look on your face, huh? You and Richissimo got one over on me. You're trying to embarrass me. You beating me, absolute fluke.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a fluke.
It was.
at all.
It was
No.
definitely a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke.
Okay. Why don't we try it again? Why don't we try it again, you goof?
How about next week? And it'll be just like last week, man. My knee right in your dumb beard. See you, Cassius.
It's Cassius.
We get it, Mr. Ohno, it's Cassius. There's no mistaking the pronunciation of Roman Reigns, who makes his much anticipated debut tonight on NXT. And the anticipation continues to build towards our main event tonight for the United States Championship. The champion, Antonio Cesaro, will battle the fighting pride of Calgary, Canada, Tyson Kidd.
I have a very personal attachment to breast cancer because my mom passed away from breast cancer. She was very young. She was only 48 years old. It was hard to see her go through that. It was very, very hard to see my mom go through that stuff. I think at the end, it was just, her body just couldn't take it anymore. It was just, no matter how many times she beat breast cancer, it just... My mom has never seen me wrestle. Never seen me wrestle. Never, ever got to know what I attained. And I know now she's never gonna see me get married. I still think she's here. I wanna call her. I hope that Susan G. Komen will find a cure and we can help to find a cure for breast cancer. I never thought my mom would be gone. And to this day, I always say, you know, you only have one mom.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Marietta, Georgia, weighing 205 pounds, Xavier Woods.
One of my favorites, Xavier, a purveyor of the funk like myself. Did you know that?
He is as bright as they get.
We all funk soul brothers together. We swap tracks together and we talk about old school soul music and funk together. Did you know that? You wouldn't think I had that in common with him, would you?
But what I did know is that he's an unbelievably bright guy, studying to become a PhD in behavioral psychology. So a scholar athlete, not just physically gifted, and he is physically gifted, but also a brilliant mind, keen intellect, overflowing with charisma.
I just like his taste in music.
His opponent, from Johannesburg, South Africa, weighing 225 pounds, Leo Krueger.
A stark contrast. You saw the bounding into the ring, the energy and the enthusiasm of Xavier Woods. Leo Krueger stalking his prey, walking slowly into the ring like he's ready to collect another trophy. He goes big game hunting, and he seeks a trophy. Tonight's trophy that he has his sights set on, Xavier Woods out of Marietta, Georgia, closely scrutinized in the corridors of power at WWE. Each a stunning prospect, both with great potential, and they recognize the opportunity before them right now.
Xavier Woods, we've just talked about, exceptional athlete, exceptionally skilled. Leo Krueger, a very deeply dark and disturbed man. A man that was, you know, he only knows two things in his life, and that's hunting and hurting people. And he's not above hurting himself. You've seen the tooth that's missing.
He's on the receiving end of that happened right now. How did it happen?
He pulled it out himself to see why he was in the bush, just to see how much pain he could withstand. Or withhold, is that the right thing?
Well, he's withstanding a lot of pain right now. Now he reverses it. Oh, the back! Leo Krueger. And now pounding himself. He is impervious to pain. He is a bizarre individual and is delivering all kinds of pain to the back of Xavier Woods. What is most alarming when you watch Leo Krueger is the wild-eyed look. Throughout the match, he looks like he's enjoying the pain.
Well, Leo Krueger likes to see others suffer, whether it be
cruel.
It is a cruel way to spend your existence, yes. But that's what he likes to do, and that's what he's very good at.
Suplex in the cover. We're seeing the quickness of Xavier Woods against the aggressiveness, ruthless aggression from Leo Krueger, and Krueger taking the air away.
See, Leo Krueger's father was one of South Africa's most infamous mercenaries. Leo Krueger grew up hunting. When he was a young boy, though, he had this thing that he wanted to fight. He wanted to compete. His father sent him to train with the great South African wrestler, Danny Brits, and taught him. That's why he's such a great competitor in the ring.
Still to come later. Roman Reigns will make his debut. The tremendous potential, a star on the rise. And plus, later, our main event, the United States Championship match. Hall of Famer Jim Ross will be alongside William Regal to call Tyson Kidd and Antonio Cesaro. Bad blood has been building between those two since last week. Big throwdown. What a play. Athletic effort from Leo Krueger.
Leo Krueger snatches that bear hug again. Do you see the way he's applied it, though? He keeps his head underneath Xavier's shoulder, so Xavier isn't able to hit him very well with an elbow there. He's actually pushing his head into the shoulder.
Immobilizing.
Yes, look, you see, it's very ineffective, the elbow there. but he keeps his head there and he's squeezing on the kidneys, makes it very uncomfortable for Xavier.
Tactically effective. Couple that with an incredibly wild and intensity. Those characteristics make Krueger a force to be reckoned with, and he has been on the delivering end. But there he takes a shot right to the jaw. Xavier Woods has been very impressive with standing pain and delivering pain, and now he's ready.
Xavier Woods is always very impressive.
Oh my goodness! Xavier Woods with the explosive athletic move. And now climbing to the top rope. High risk for Woods. Oh, he missed everything. And balance of power is shifted. The cover, Krueger turning it around just like that for the win.
Here is your winner, Leo Krueger.
One mistake against a competitor the caliber of Leo Krueger, and it cost Xavier Woods the match. A costly lesson for the young gun out of Marietta, Georgia.
Another exceptional win, though, for Leo Krueger, a man we'll be seeing a lot more of here in NXT. Look at the demented look on his face.
He's delighted.
And so he should
He's
be.
deranged. Out of place. The glee, the joy that he inflicts pain with, nothing short of sadistic.
A ruthless performance from Leo Krueger. Dominant. Speaking of dominance, is there anyone more feared in NXT than the awesome, destructive force known as Big E Langston?
The freak of nature has just entered NXT Arena. That's pure intensity right there. And you can hear it. You can hear the chant, the 5 count. And that, my friends, is validation of dominance. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time is a man who has been undefeated here on NXT. His name is Big E Langston. Now, Big E, we know it's standard operating procedure for competitors to defeat their opponents with a 3 count, but you've done something different. You've insisted on keeping your opponents down for the 5 count.
Well, Byron, I happen to love the number 5. It's a beautiful number, a glorious number. In fact, I have 5 fingers on each hand. After all, how many toes do you have on each foot? 5. You have a high 5. You've got a low 5. I love
Excuse me! I am the Vicky Guerrero. I am a WWE superstar, a manager, and a cougar. And tonight, excuse me! And tonight I am here to recruit some men from my stable. And right now, someone has caught my eye, and you know, Biggie, I am sure you and I could make each other very happy.
Well, Vicky, I think I have exactly what you need.
Excuse me, Vicky Guerrero. It would appear that Big E Langston has no need for you. He's an awesome destructive force that needs help from no one. Still to come tonight, our main event for the United States Championship. The champion, Antonio Cesaro, squaring off with the fighting pride of Calgary, Canada, Tyson Kidd.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at this time, Jinder Mahal.
Skilled and dangerous, Jinder Mahal fell at the hands of Seth Rollins for the NXT Championship. He's never forgotten it. Every day it haunts him. And William, he's heading into the ring. He remembers this was the very site where that heartbreaking defeat happened. He thought he had him.
Jinder Mahal is the pride of India. This is an incredibly skilled young man, a man that I was at his christening, or the equivalent in Hindu of his christening. Comes from a great lineage of wrestlers, believe me.
Mera naam hai Jinder Mahal. I am the modern day Maharaja. Ek thodi ji problem hai. The Maharaja is missing his crown jewel, the NXT Championship. But koi gal nahi. Like I've stated before, being a champion is my birthright. Us belt te Jinder Mahal da hakka, or belt da Malik Jinder Mahalla. It's also my right to have a rematch with the champion Seth Rollins. The Maharaja is demanding Dusty Rhodes to come out and present me with my rematch. So I will reign as NXT champion. Leo Jinder Mahal keh raha hai Leo rematch clock.
Look at this. The high flyer from South Africa, Justin Gabriel, has something to say.
Jinder Mahal. Man, I love that song. You know, I think you need to get into the back of the line because there are guys in the back, Jinder, that way more deserves a shot at being #1 contender than you, my friend. In fact, I'm one of those guys.
Weren't you eliminated in the first round?
Hang on. Why don't we get a second opinion? Why don't we ask the universe what they think, shall we? Do you guys want to see Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal, a rematch? Tie-dye guy likes that idea. Or do you guys want to see, for the first time ever, Seth Rollins versus Justin Gabriel?
The universe has spoken, but there's still more to hear.
Whoa! Sorry to burst both your bubbles, but it's reality check time. Now I could list the laundry list of reasons why I should have the shot, such as Seth Rollins is the reason I'm wearing a cast on my hand. But I'm gonna cut straight to the point. There's only one person around here that holds a victory over Seth Rollins. And can anybody guess who that is? They guessed it. It's Drew McIntyre. And I deserve the shot.
Hey, I'm looking at this backstage, and it feels like I'm watching a rerun. All of you have had your chance. It's my turn. My turn. I respect Seth Rollins. But he has what I want. And all of you want a title shot. Me too. You gotta stand in line, buddy. But I am not getting out of the way.
I have a rematch.
And listen to this place erupt for Dusty Rhodes.
Let me lay this on you guys, okay? You all make a good point, but the bottom line is this is the building where legends are made and new people make their way to the top, and NXT don't give you nothing. You got to earn it all when you step in this building in front of this universe. So y'all be yapping and talking about me want this and me want that and Jinder Mahal. I don't know.
Oh, rematch. Menu dena ke
I
nahi?
think, don't even start with me, you know what I mean? I got an idea though about next week. Let's do this. Bo Dallas, McIntyre, Gabriel, and Jinder Mahal. Fatal four-way for the #1 contendership next week, right here in this building. Hit my music!
A fatal four-way slated to be contested next week here on NXT. Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, Bo Dallas, Drew McIntyre squaring off for the right to be the #1 contender and challenge.
And I, for one, can't wait
Rollins.
to see this. I mean, look at the incredible talent stood in the ring before us, and we're going to get to see these 4 incredible young men compete for that spot. And that's right what Dusty Rhodes said. You have to earn your spot here on NXT.
That's next week, but still tonight, a high-flying, up-and-comer. The debut of Roman Reigns is straight ahead. He'll take on CJ Parker when NXT rolls on.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Joliet, Illinois, weighing 219 pounds, CJ Parker!
Highly regarded, a potential star on the rise. CJ Parker, a tough assignment, as Roman Reigns has gotten a lot of the attention leading into this matchup, but he is a worthy competitor in his own right.
It's a great opportunity for CJ Parker tonight, because we've heard such a lot, and with the build-up for Roman Reigns is incredible. If he could beat Roman Reigns, that would be a feather in his cap.
Believe the hype. Roman Reigns has tremendous potential. The anticipation of his debut has been building and building to a crescendo. Tonight, it happens right here on NXT.
His opponents, from Pensacola, Florida, weighing 265 pounds, Roman Reigns!
This young man just has a presence about him, a star quality. He walks into the NXT arena and you see everybody just staring at him in awe. What an incredible specimen.
You've been in sports entertainment for decades. The great ones have that it factor, and Roman Reigns has
that
the
it
name,
factor. Yes.
the it factor, the whole package. And look at Roman Reigns reigning over the ring with the poise and calm of a veteran. This just his debut. We'll be talking about this for years to come, William. The focused intensity of CJ Parker out of Joliet, Illinois, squaring off with the tremendous anticipated debut of Roman Reigns out of Pensacola, Florida.
Straight away we can see that the skill level that Roman Reigns has, just the way that he was able to roll CJ Parker out of that headlock, and just his strength and ability, showing us that tackle. Look the way he's just
caught him out of
manhandling it.
midair. Roman Reigns with tremendous power, and there's the first strike. What an arm to the neck area. Big and athletic, 6'3", 265 pounds, and light on his feet. Oh, nothing light about that strike to the jaw.
You know,
Roman Reigns.
As someone who's been competing in this wonderful business of ours for, as you say, decades, I notice a lot of things that a lot of people don't. And the one thing that I notice more than anything is incredible footwork and agility. And Roman Reigns has just exceptional footwork, and it will carry him a long way. With being the size that he is, and the ability that he has and the strength, this is a man that's going to be a huge star. A huge star, not only in NXT, but a huge star in the WWE.
We are witnessing a memorable debut. Sometimes the build-up, the hype, exceeds the actual talent. That's not the case here, because it's a worthy opponent. CJ Parker is a talented competitor.
Yes, he
but
is.
We've
seen a great deal out of CJ Parker, and he's always impresses.
And Parker battling his way back into this one. Good elusive move there by Reigns. Reigns, as you mentioned, terrific athletic ability, going for the pin right away. Reigns with a strike to the forehead. He is so complete. That's the one thing, as he works on the left arm, continuing to apply punishment and locking in the left arm now. When you talk to the other competitors in the locker room, they rave about how versatile Roman Reigns is. Such a thorough and complete weapon, offensively, defensively, in the air, on the ground. Seemingly no vulnerabilities for a young guy. That's impressive praise coming from his peers.
The WWE officials know what they have when they see Roman Reigns. They know they have a potential mega superstar in their midst, and that's what we see, and that's what you can just tell looking at him. I mean, I can tell just looking at him. The way he carries himself, I mean, this young man's always dressed in beautiful three-piece suits. He knows, he has that star quality. He knows that people look at him, that he knows.
Here's a cover, quick turnaround.
He knows the
Just
abilities
like
that he's got.
That, CJ Parker able to turn the tide, and now a knee to the chin. Roman Reigns is gonna have to work to make this a victorious debut. He just took a boot to the chin. And now Parker on the move, knees up.
Yeah, we're talking, we're actually not giving CJ Parker a fair, showing here, because CJ Parker could quite easily defeat Roman Reigns, and all this talk that we're giving Roman Reigns could go to nothing, because CJ Parker's a skilled competitor.
His injured arm is being pinpointed by a savvy Roman Reigns, taking advantage of the injured arm, and now Reigns lines him up for a powerful throwdown for the win. Roman Reigns.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns.
We will all remember the first time we saw Roman Reigns. NXT Universe, that's a star right there.
Roman Reigns is special. Roman Reigns has it. Roman Reigns is going to be a huge superstar. It's as simple as that.
We've got to look at this finish. What strength by Reigns to end it in emphatic fashion. Easily covering and securing the win. Roman Reigns with a dramatic and emphatic statement in his debut by pinning CJ Parker. And Parker is devastated, still laying in the center of the ring. Up next, for the United States Championship, our main event, the champion, Antonio Cesaro, squaring off with the fighting pride of Calgary, Canada, Tyson Kidd. NXT General Manager Dusty Rhodes has set a monumental main event for next week, a fatal four-way. #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship. Bo Dallas, Drew McIntyre, Justin Gabriel, and Jinder Mahal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 195 pounds, Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd with a great opportunity as we welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. Jim Ross joining William Regal.
I love it when Tyson Kidd comes to the ring. You're just excited straight away. You know you're going to see just a great competitive match.
His opponent, from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing 232 pounds, he is the United States Champion, Antonio Cesaro.
The Swiss Superman.
A man that has the opportunity to be ranked as one of the greatest United States champions of all time.
I suggest everyone follow Antonio Cesaro on Tout and look at the tout of him clean, with one arm, clean and pressing a Olympic barbell with two 45-pound plates on the side. Have you seen that, Jim? It's absolute, with one hand, it's absolutely the most impressive strength feat that I think I've ever seen. I've seen some incredible strength feats, but just to be able to pick up such a large load with one hand and throw it with ease, he's one of those throwbacks, an old-type, like an old-type strongman from 100 years ago. Look at the physique on him.
So Cesaro will have the size, strength advantage over the faster, elusive Tyson Kidd. It is a wonderful opportunity for Tyson Kidd, who was trained in the Hart Dungeon in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This young man, one of the most diligent trainers and hardest workers in WWE.
Never takes a bit of downtime, Tyson Kidd. Whenever he has a day off, he's back in Calgary training with either, or talking strategy with either Bret the Hitman Hart or Langston, anybody that he can actually better himself from, and that's great to see in a young competitor.
That's countered by the challenger, Tyson Kidd, into a chancery, and now the one behind, and Cesaro quickly regains the advantage. The thing that Antonio Cesaro has, as William Regal pointed out, is amazing strength, but he's countered here into what Tyson Kidd would like to see, a submission. Cesaro's got that long, lanky body that gives him some leverage advantages at times.
He's like a gazelle, the way he moves. We're going to see Tyson Kidd push to his limit here, which is a wonderful thing to watch, because both of them are so skilled.
Not sure how legal that was. The break was not made cleanly. Referee giving a little leeway there as the very smart strategy, quite frankly, by the United States champion.
Rather impressed with that. We're going to see Tyson Kidd push to his limit here, because Antonio Cesaro is, as I like to say, the ultimate catcher. He's so skilled in the catch-as-catch-can style, the European style of wrestling, but so is Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd spent a lot of time in Europe and learning the skills from there.
Mr. Regal, this is something you're familiar with, the Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Yes, into a perfect bridge.
Shoulders down, and referee in perfect position to see both shoulders on the canvas. Tyson Kidd using his neck strength to bridge up. And they can't hold the weight of Antonio Cesaro.
Look at the strength in the bridge there.
And look at this. Amazing strength by Tyson Kidd. Again, Kidd using a great deal of energy to fend off the United States champion. And they're countered by Tyson Kidd with a near fall and comes up looking for a submission. Cesaro feels it. Cesaro knows he's in trouble with his United States title on the line, and Antonio Cesaro desperately got to the ropes and now causes some separation. It's
Desperately.
Time to regroup for the champion.
Desperately, but very smartly. You know, and I know as a skilled mat competitor, when somebody has you hooked, you've got to get to the ropes quickly, because you know, a split second from being beaten. Tyson Kidd nearly applied that heel hook to full extent there. There's been no way that Antonio Cesaro could have possibly continued if that heel hook would have been applied properly.
A powerful forearm right to the face. And again, the United States champion with his title on the line here this week on NXT. Goes sternum first, inside cradle by Kidd. Kidd with the inside cradle, but can't hold it. Again, another pinning combination. Tyson Kidd turning up the burners here, keeping the pressure on the United States champion. And this may be challenging for Kidd to get Cesaro over. There's where that strength and leverage came into play. But a roll-up, quickly done. Cesaro counters. A succession of counters. Man, look at this action, it's amazing. Kidd with that drop kick right to the chest. And a deep arm drag takedown. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Championship is on the line. Can Tyson Kidd prevail? We'll find out when we come back.
They are global entertainers, professionally trained athletes, WWE superstars, but they are not invincible. When they step into that ring, they take real risks and endure unimaginable pain. Broken bones, torn muscles, dislocations, separations. Be smart, be safe. Don't try this at home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. Jim Ross, William Regal here with you. This is our main event. The United States Championship is on the line. Antonio Cesaro defending the U.S. title against Tyson Kidd.
Look at the way that Antonio Cesaro has applied this bear hug here. Right to the ribs again. No wasted motion there. Nothing into the lower part of the hip. All on the ribs. And he kept that head tucked into his shoulder, so it was hard for Tyson Kidd to strike it.
Strikes, both men striking now, and Kidd getting the better of the situation. The strikes have worked for Tyson Kidd at times, but the headbutt to the abdomen. Again, right back to the abdomen. A double counter and a low drop kick. And Tyson Kidd got all of that one. Catching Cesaro right in the face, it seems. Cesaro going for that Gotch-style neutralizer that was countered.
Obviously scouted well. That's what Tyson Kidd has done, is scouting Antonio Cesaro.
I wonder when we see the kicks, those kicks to the quadricep, the thighs, very affected by Tyson Kidd because it destroys the vertical base of his bigger opponent. Kidd, agile, like a cat. Landing on the apron on both feet. And look at this, the roll-up. Kidd may have it. Tyson Kidd a count away from becoming the United States champion here on NXT. And again, Kidd showing amazing agility and a head kick score. Tyson Kidd has fought and willed his way back into this matchup. Head scissor takeover. One leg is hooked. And the power of Cesaro and the weakness of the abdomen area may have cost Tyson Kidd the U.S. championship on that exchange.
Tyson Kidd, there's just no quitting him, that's all, is there? That's what I love about him. He's constantly weighing up the situation. If he knows he's hurting the ribs, he's going to use other parts of his body to inflict the damage with.
Kidd measuring something here.
Look at this.
Kidd going to take a chance. Oh no, that's a low-risk kick that is very effective by Tyson Kidd. Rolling down the apron and then scoring with the kick. Tyson Kidd now has the advantage. U.S. Championship in his sights. Springboard elbow off the top. Near leg is hooked. And again, Cesaro is able to kick out. But Cesaro did not kick out with the authority that he has in the past. Tyson Kidd cannot get frustrated.
He can't get frustrated. Tyson Kidd needs to just smother his opponent now. He needs to smother Antonio Cesaro.
And of course, Mr. Regal is talking figuratively smother.
Yes.
And Kidd may be looking for a sharpshooter. And Cesaro desperately trying to get a hold of the skirts of the ring. And look at Tyson Kidd is holding on. Just won't, he's relentless as this challenger. Oh, elevate, oh my God. While elevated, that forearm, that uppercut forearm connects. And now the Gotch-style neutralizer finds its way. And there's the 3 count.
So here is your winner, is still United States champion, Antonio Cesaro.
An amazing catch-can style matchup. Great strategy, great resilience by the challenger, Tyson Kidd. Our hat is off to him, but the man that has won it, and you'll see right here, watch this forearm. Right hand, watch the right. Boom! That was the difference maker.
And now Antonio Cesaro hits beautifully that God-style neutralizer and pins an incredibly worthy opponent, Tyson Kidd. What a fantastic competition. What a fantastic match.
Tyson Kidd does not return from his journey to the woodshed of the United States champion. Cesaro is successful. And ladies and gentlemen, next week we have an amazing match. First time ever on NXT, a 4-man elimination match to determine the #1 contender for Seth Rollins' NXT Championship. An amazing, historic main event here next week on NXT.